I got to tell you, man, I thought we would have a general sense of Odell Beckham Jr.'s readiness, and he would or thoughts on where he's going by now. And the Giants and the Bills, I had Sean McDermott on. He's like, yeah, great visit, and then really wouldn't talk much about it other than to allow that, sure, it's concerning when you're signing somebody when you haven't seen him work out with a knee injury to his extent. But he didn't go as far as Jerry Jones is, which is to talk fully about it on the radio, on his radio station. Ed Werder with a tweet that clearly sounds like it comes from a Cowboys source concerning about how he's not ready. Micah Parsons talking about how Odell told him he wouldn't be ready until 5 weeks from now. So what is happening with Odell, best you can tell?
Well, I think that some people maybe took the reports that were out there as a sign that there's something wrong with Odell Beckham Jr.'s knee, which I've not heard that at all. This is just the reality that it's a guy who hasn't played a down of football or practiced in a normal practice setting since he got hurt in the Super Bowl, which at this point is, roughly, almost 10 months ago. So inevitably there's going to be a ramp-up period. We're already going into week 14 here. If you sign Odell Beckham Jr. tomorrow, he's not playing on Sunday. He's not playing for the next couple of weeks. You have to, there's different protocols here with ramping somebody up coming off of a significant ACL, plus getting your cardio back and your wind back. It's not, I know all the comparisons to last year where, okay, the Browns cut him and he cleared and then he ends up signing with the Rams. But the difference was he at least had been in a football setting. He hadn't played much, or had much productivity in Cleveland, but he at least had been practicing since camp. He was running and cutting. You could see it on a daily basis. He was doing visits, not workouts, with the clubs. And so just realistically, to get a guy into a protocol, you're talking about several weeks here. Micah Parsons blurting out that it's 5 weeks for Odell would clarify the timeline. You're talking about playoffs. And I think that one of the undersold parts of this, Rich, is everybody talks about is, this great weapon that you're adding. And that's true. I mean, Odell, we've seen him through the course of his career. He is as, freaky an athlete as we've seen at the wide receiver position. And he obviously had a great run in the playoffs last year with the Rams. But if you've got a guy who's not been a part of your team, and then you're bringing him into, let's say you're the Cowboys, and you're scoring more points than anybody over the past month, and you've hit your stride, and now every day is going to be questions about Odell and when he's going to contribute and what you're going to do. And then you're trying to wedge him in to a playoff team during the playoffs. That's a tough proposition. And that's without even talking about the unique contract situation here, because remember, players don't get paid in the playoffs. So if you sign Odell sometime in the next few weeks here, really what you're doing is saying, okay, Odell, we would sign you in March, but we're going to give you your signing bonus now just to get you in the door and start working out. Maybe you help us in the playoffs, maybe you don't. We're really signing you for 2023. There's not a lot of contracts that are done like that. Certainly not, 8-figure, multi-year deals, which is what Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be looking for. So there's still moving parts. He's on, I saw on the shop cast for Thursday Night Football tonight. So maybe LeBron can have better luck than anybody else getting answers out of him here. But I don't anticipate this is something that he feels a sense of urgency to rush in if he doesn't have the contract he wants with the team he wants and the opportunity that he wants, both the rest of this year and into 2023.
Well, that is fascinating that we will hear from Odell tonight. He was already dipping his toe in the basketball world, sitting courtside for the Celtics' destruction of the Suns last night in Phoenix. And so, give me the name of a team that we're not talking about with him. There's always somebody lurking, and if he's not working out on the field, then you could conceivably, meet him somewhere. And if you want to stay underneath the radar screen or have a doctor, fly out to him or what have you to take a look at his knee, if that's what it is necessary, or have the documents scanned and sent to you, so you could stay under the radar and still do your due diligence here. Give me the name of a team we're not talking about with him.
This isn't a direct answer, Rich, but I would say whoever loses a receiver on Sunday. It's the reality of the league. There's injuries all the time.
About that.
Somebody's going to have a significant receiver injury. I mean, last year when he signed with the Rams, they didn't know, but the next day Robert Woods went down. They were planning on Odell being a spot player, the backside of, certain plays and he'd be able to exploit one-on-one coverage. Instead, like his second game, he was playing 70 snaps. Again, that's not realistic right now for Odell, but I think that's what's going to drive some of this. Obviously the Giants have not had help at the receiver position the entire season, but they're also not a lock to even be in the playoffs. So why are they going to, cut a huge check to Odell right now unless they're just thinking this is something for 2023? I still believe that Dallas and Jerry Jones in his heart of hearts wants to make this happen. Usually Jerry gets what Jerry wants. But we'll see if Odell thinks that this is not, they're not going to put him on the field when he wants to, or they're not willing to make him the type of offer that he wants. Odell may well wait. And to your point, there could be a team that comes out of the woodwork here that, suffers an injury. I remember I predicted back in the summer when I was asked this question on Good Morning Football, and my dark horse for him was the Miami Dolphins. I am not reporting that, Rich. Please don't put that in the headline on Twitter. I'm just saying, if all of a sudden you lose a speed threat receiver on a team built on speed in Miami, something like that could be the thing that comes, out of left field here, and all of a sudden that's where, Odell's headed next.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.